This series is called 365 Times. This video is 18. I don't really know where to start, and I'm not good with words at all, so I'll just talk and we'll see where that lands us. The first few years, like the first 3 of my 18 years, were pretty wild already, to say the least. I already had 2 major life changes then. I moved continents and I lost a parent, but I guess they say that absence makes the heart grow fonder. At the same time, it's just kind of, I guess, isolating. I saw an interview with Eden. Well, not really an interview, it was a Q&A thing he did. And he basically said that he always just kind of felt like an outsider when he was living in Ireland. And I guess I could say that that's the same living in the US. I just kind of never really felt like I fit in with anyone. For starters, I don't really have a lot of the same interests as other people really do. Who's gonna talk about a children's video series that started in 1996? I remember in elementary school when kids would go to play in recess, I would literally just stick with the teachers and just talk with them. And I guess as I kind of got older, it was just kind of like getting more and more just ostracized, I guess. So I kind of had to force myself to just blend in with others. I would try to be kind of like the class clown, funny person, because that's what everyone else was kind of being, and I kind of made myself like that to blend in, but it really didn't work, and I just kind of put myself into this situation, especially in like middle school, in my first 2 years of high school. I would have people that I guess you would call friends, but they weren't really. I would never get invited to anything, and I would literally have people make plans and just not include me right in front of my face. And when I was in sophomore year at lunch, this group that I would constantly sit with was making plans one day. And I asked one of the kids there why I wasn't being included, and they said it's because nobody really likes me. And nobody else in that group really said anything to stick up for me. That was kind of a wake-up call. A few months after that incident was when the pandemic hit, and I really used that as an opportunity. I cut off all social medias where kids from school knew that I had them. And starting in 2018 was when I took a hiatus from this channel due to drama reasons. But 2020, towards August, July, around that time frame, I realized I need to come back here because I created this channel when I was 9.5 years old. I've been using YouTube ever since it first came out, actually. My older brothers were really into it, when it first came out, and as a result, I just kind of got swamped into here, especially when my mom, in 2010, we got the first iPad, and I had YouTube automatically on there, and I was just hooked. I was watching Ed's World, Ray William Johnson, the original Smosh, and I was just hooked on all these YouTube channels, and I guess I kind of just had an interest in video creating from the very beginning of my life. The very first memory I ever have is my Baby Einstein, Baby Van Gogh DVD that I've had since before I was born. I remember watching it in my crib when I was just a few months old, and that really changed the span of my life. I had a YouTube channel before this where I just made Animal Jam videos, but I was 8, 9 at the time. My mom saw that I was making videos and she was just like, don't do that. I'm like, okay. And so I made another channel in secret, and that channel was Raichu the Great. It started off just me doing whatever, and I had my Pikachu plush. I had cracked Sony Vegas, and I was learning how to edit. Ever since the beginning of me being on YouTube, I always had an interest in YTPs, and I'm very thankful for that now because it really helped me improve my editing skills. And one thing was just being in the Baby Einstein community, making Baby Einstein themed videos, and just garnering this whole community on my channel that I'm still so thankful for. I have some people who have been here since the beginning in 2014, people have been here since 2015, 2016, 2017, all from the Baby Einstein community. And though I've had my own issues within there, that I still kind of can't forgive and can't forget. I'm very thankful for the people who do support me and who have stuck around. And I just kind of funneled my focus back in here more and just kind of let everything go except for my family. And I also feel like I'm so much better and so much happier for it. I really am. And I can truly say that this is the first year really that I can remember that I'm happy with myself. And that's wild to think about. If you told me that like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, even 3 years ago, I would not have believed you in the slightest. Yet here we are. If there's anything I guess I really have to add, it's one, no, my YouTube channel will not be monetized. I'm not gonna do this as a career. I originally wanted to be a YouTuber when I grew up, but very quickly I just kind of realized that that's not sustainable. I may monetize and make some extra money in the future, but right now it's not worth it. So no, this YouTube channel will not be monetized. However, no matter how old I get, I'm gonna try to stay on YouTube. 2, no, I will not be giving up cartoons. I will always love Blue's Clues. I will always love Paw Patrol. I will always love Baby Einstein. And no one can ever get me to give up what makes me happy, ever. And I will always still love those things. So no, that's not going away either. The style of my content will not change unless I want it to. I'll always still be the same old Pia, no matter how old I get. And I guess kind of what I have to say to end off with is this. You are the only person who truly knows your struggles, your triumphs. You are the only person who truly knows you. Learn how to appreciate and love your own company because you are seriously your own best friend. Depending on how you look at it, that could either be a gift or a curse. But over the past 2 years, it's really become a gift. Really look at the people who you are surrounding yourself with because it can either make you or just completely break you down. And it just completely broke me down for years and years on end. I actively took steps to change that. I took out my quote-unquote friend group and now I'm left with one, my mom. And she is really the best friend in this whole world I could ever ask for. She's known me since before I was born and I wouldn't trade her for the world. Even though I've always just kind of felt like an outsider and like Eden, nowhere feels like home. I'm still trying to figure out where I belong, but I do know that always, whenever I post a video or anything, I know at least one of you is going to care about what I make a video on. At least one of you is going to watch. Whether you like or dislike it, I can't control it, but to the over 1 million people who have viewed my videos over the years, and to my over 2,000 subscribers that have subscribed to me for almost 9 years on this channel. You all mean the world to me. Thank you for caring. Sincerely, thank you. And in case you missed what I was trying to say, I love you.
And I've been thinking that the more I grow, the more that I'll just touch you out of love. Time it flows so much faster than anything I could ever know. I've always been a dreamer, so what happens when I wake up? I'm not afraid of growing older, I'm just afraid to let it go.